The South Korean government is rocked by yet another scandal. This could actually spell the end for President Park Geun-hye's agenda. Bangladesh goes on high alert after hanging an Islamic leader for war crimes. Plus, a truck bomb explodes as a popular Thai holiday gets underway. These stories are coming up next. This is the Asia Brief. A very good Monday morning to you. It is April 13, 2015. My name is Steve Miller, and it's my pleasure to be here with you, so thank you so much for joining me. South Korea's President Park Geun-hye just can't seem to catch a break. She was, of course, elected amid controversy over the National Intelligence Service trying to sway public sentiment. The NIS director at the time, Won Se-hoon, was actually convicted for activities against a particular opposition political party related to the election. She's being perceived as someone who is closed off and unwilling to listen to others. The president has also had considerable trouble filling top-level posts. The president has also been reamed for her handling of the Seoul tragedy and is now embroiled in a bribery scandal. Now, keep in mind, earlier this year, her approval ratings dipped below 30%, and while it has recovered just a little bit, this latest scandal could send those ratings diving once more. At the heart of this scandal is Sung Won-jung. He was the former head of Gangnam Enterprises. He had been indicted on corruption charges, but on last Thursday, he was found dead, the result of a suicide just hours before he was scheduled to appear in court. Sung was suspected of taking 80 billion won in government loans after exaggerating the amount his company was expected to earn. He was then said to have created a slush fund worth 25 billion won. However, what kicked off the controversy was a note found in his pocket indicating 8 key Park aides and money that was allegedly paid to them. Yoo Jung-bok was said to have received 300 million won, Hong Moon-jung 200 million won, Hong Jung-pyo 100 million won, the Busan mayor 200 million won, He Tae-yeol 700 million won, Kim Ki-chun $100,000 on September 26, 2006 in Berlin, Germany. Two other names appeared on the list, Lee Byung-ki and Lee Won-koo, but without won figures or dates next to their names. Of course, all the politicians denied they took money from Sung. Now, when you step back and look at this situation, doesn't it appear a little suspect? I mean, Sung was scheduled to appear in court, and then hours just before that was to happen, he was found hung. And conveniently in his pocket is a piece of paper with names and monetary amounts next to them. I mean, come on, who really does this? At least investigators are performing their due diligence and investigating the matter. But why does this look so bad for Park? Well, two names on the list, He Tae-yeol and Kim Ki-chun, are her former chiefs of staffs. Plus, Lee Byung-ki is her current chief of staff. Not to mention, Lee Won-koo is Park's current prime minister. So half of the names on this list are related to Park's inner circle. And then there's this interview that appeared in the Kyunghyang Shinmun last week. Sung said he helped Park a lot in 2007. This, of course, is very bad for the president and raises even more questions about her presidency. Depending on how many of these allegations are proven true, it could actually spell the end of her presidency, or at the very least, destroy public trust in her administration. Bangladesh hanged an Islamic leader this weekend for war crimes committed in 1971. Mohammed Kamaruzzaman was hanged on Saturday for war crimes committed during the 1971 War of Independence with Pakistan. Some 3 million people were killed and 200,000 women raped. The Supreme Court rejected his appeal for a death sentence imposed by a special tribunal for genocide and torture of civilians during the war. The acting head of the Jamaat-e-Islami Party, Maqbul Ahmed, said in a statement, "The government, in a very planned way, killed him in political revenge." International human rights groups say the court proceedings fell short of established standards, something the government denies. Another senior member of the party, Abdul Qadir Mollah, was hanged in 2013, and 8 others are sentenced for death. The European Union and the United Nations have urged Bangladesh not to impose the death penalty. The Jamaat-e-Islami Party has called for a general strike today in protest, and Bangladesh's paramilitary forces have been deployed to try and halt any violence from starting. A truck bomb exploded Friday evening in Koh Samui as the Thai New Year festival, Songkran, is set to get underway beginning today. A total of 7 people were injured, including a 12-year-old girl. All were treated and released from a nearby hospital with only minor injuries. Authorities suspect that those responsible for this bombing were also responsible for bombings earlier in Bangkok. The truck used in the attack was reportedly stolen last month from Yala province in southern Thailand. Authorities have brought in one individual for questioning after finding a threatening Facebook post. As the festival is scheduled to get underway, extra security will be on hand to ensure the arrival of some anticipated 500,000 tourists are absolutely safe. Well, those are today's stories. I hope you'll take a moment to leave your thoughts in the comments on Facebook or Twitter. To keep up with more news from the region, please follow Asian News Weekly on Facebook or Twitter. You can also send an email to the show with your questions, your comments, and your feedback. That email address is podcast@asiannewsweekly.net. If you enjoyed today's program, please share it with your friends, and if you haven't, subscribe. It's absolutely free and easy to do. You can do it on our website, asiannewsweekly.net, or in your favorite podcast application. Well, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Steve Miller, reminding you to be true to yourself and to always be awesome.